And we have a great community.
Amen.
I will tell you this, and I've had my concerns about the police department and about crime and other things, and I've talked about those when it was my responsibility to talk about those. But I'm going to tell you something as an observation. If we keep commenting and continually discuss and continually disparage our community and the income levels and the no-show hotels and everything else, we will build that community. When Upper Sinclair has a shooting, what you get are no comments. When an impoverished community that's afraid of crime gets a shooting, what you get is people screaming and yelling and freaking out on TV. It's an observation I made when I lived in New York, and it's true on TV everywhere in this country. The reason wealthy communities don't have crime issues is they don't talk about them. They don't talk about them not because they're not trying to deal with them. They don't talk about them because they don't want to attract them. There are times that you have to talk about them. Council has to talk about those types of things. But to constantly dwell on it will build that community. I happen to like the mall. I happen to like the movie theaters. If we want to sound like a crime-ridden, riddled community in southwestern PA, then what we should do is we should start advertising it. We should talk to WTAE. We should talk to KDKA in the papers and constantly complain that we have a high crime rate. I guarantee you, you will invite and bring those people that create that environment. So, I mean, what we say is what we get. It's the perception that we build.
Thank you.
Again, does it have to be talked about sometimes? It certainly does. But it doesn't need to be talked about constantly. And it certainly doesn't need to be talked about after a shooting. We should be praying for the officer. I heard about it. When I heard about it, the only question I had is, how is the officer? And all I wanted to know was, how was the officer's mental state? I've never taken anybody's life, but I know that it's, I know it's the worst thing that you can do. So we need to pray for that officer.